Come on, come on, come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Come on, come on, come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Yes, we are the trending topic. Good relationship profits. Brunch with the boys, we the hottest. Brunch with the boys, we the hottest.
What's going on? It's your boy King Des here. Another episode of Brunch with the Boys. If I sound crazy, it's just because I had a cookie that my homeboy Jeezy gave me.
Jeezy. Oh, y'all passing around cookies?
Special.
No, listen.
Oh, you talking about real
Don't
cookies?
Don't do that.
Wow.
Don't do that.
Oh, my bad.
No, we stopped passing those type of cookies around many years ago.
Yeah, many years ago.
Well, where are these cookies from?
No, we got these cookies from Last Crumb, an artisan cookie joint out of California. You don't get to select your cookies. They tell you what they bake.
Drop shipments.
Yeah, you have to subscribe to find out. And they're about $150 before shipping.
For how many?
For 12 cookies.
Don't judge.
Goddamn.
Listen, I saw some of y'all faces cringe up right when he said that. But you ain't had one.
Yeah.
You ain't had one.
No shipping included, huh? And that ain't no free shipping with it?
About 190 with
I'm
shipping.
going to keep it real with you. So I low key judge, because, we said, look, we want to try these.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
We laughed when we saw the TikTok. Remember when we first saw it, we were like,
did.
man, ain't nobody spending no goddamn.
ain't nobody spending no money on
But yeah, it happened.
And I just had
It
one.
happened. It happened.
Look at my face. I just had one.
What
I'm
it
not-
tastes like, D?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything that's good in the world.
Everything that's good in the world. That's a lot.
I would tell you, I'm not bullshitting y'all. Y'all know I keep it real. It's one of the top 2 or 3 cookies I've ever had in my life. I'm just being honest.
Shout
with
out Last Crumb.
you.
Shout out Last
The
Crumb.
thickness. Yeah, the suppleness of it.
And the
Whoa.
moistness. Was it moist?
Moist.
You know, women hate that. Most women hate that word. For
Do
some
they?
reason. Yeah,
I
they.
thought- I
Some
thought it
people,
was
it
a
makes them
word.
cringe.
Yeah, I thought you weren't supposed to say that word around a group of men.
Yeah,
Which
women,
I did
women,
anyway,
Women
but-
stay moist though.
Yeah.
The right ones.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Around the right man, too.
yeah, we appreciate y'all. Hey, Last Crumb, man, holla at us.
Shout
man.
out.
We
For
got
real.
we got some business for you.
For real.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Jen, we ain't say you. Did you say something?
No, man. You know, I've just been out here. You know, but Mr. Jen out here for sure. But
Okay.
I'm here, bro. I'm simple, bro. I'm easy like Sunday morning, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get it in.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Been to church lately?
Every Sunday, dog. Real talk. Every Sunday this year, bro.
Are you serious?
Every Sunday, bro. I haven't missed a Sunday. I'm trying to get my life right with the Lord.
Immediately, D and I looked at each other and was like, boy, we got to get our shit together. if this nigga
With
in
the
church
Lord.
every Sunday, then
Listen, I looked at Jeezy. I just want him to be like, yeah, I need to get in there too. And had he been like, oh yeah, me too, I would have straight been like, yeah, me too, y'all.
Yeah. You'd have had to lie. You'd have had for no reason. No, I was in church on Easter Sunday though. Real talk.
Yeah.
If you
Everybody's
didn't go
in church on Easter Sunday.
Facts.
It was packed.
You
wasn't
had to go. Oh yeah,
It's
real
a
packed.
club on Easter.
Yeah. You sit next to people you never ever seen in your life.
Quick shout out to upcoming Mother's Day, man.
Oh yeah, happy mothers to the mothers. You know what I mean?
We love y'all for sure.
And,
Some of y'all.
Yeah. And ladies, don't get too hard on your man if he doesn't get you anything for Mother's Day. You aren't his mother. You know what I'm saying? So tell your kids to tighten up.
Age-old debate, man.
Yeah.
Age-old
That's
debate.
facts. That's facts, man.
It's the age-old debate.
But you know what? He does have a responsibility if the jits is little.
To show you.
If they
I agree.
little,
I agree.
But if they in middle school and above, they need to make you something.
Yeah, even if it's a macaroni and cheese necklace or something.
Ain't nobody want that, though.
Yeah, of
No,
course
they
they
don't,
don't.
though.
But you gotta lie and say, "Oh, thank you." You know.
Facts.
Yeah, we've been lying to these kids from day one. All right, so we want to get into it. Our last episode, we talked about advice to give our daughters about life, love, and relationships. So we thought it best that we have to address our sons. You know, we all have sons as well.
Ages?
So, mine is 14.
15.
22 now,
that
bruh.
nigga 22.
You know?
He hella
Jesus
old.
Cristo.
I had my kid when I was 13.
Did you?
No, you did. You wish. No, he had a kid early in college.
Yeah, I had one
I
early.
remember when he called and was like, "Man, you gonna be an uncle?" And I was like, "Boy, you really fucked up."
Did you really?
Yeah, man, come on, man. I'm a couple months into college, and I'm hearing my brother, throw it all down the drain for some pussy.
You
know what I'm saying?
ever seen them movie scenes where you see that one man crying in the shower while he's banging on the wall
You're
profusely?
like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh yeah.
And my frat brother was on the other side of that wall in his bedroom talking about, oh, that nigga done fucked up.
He said you was crying like that for weeks. But all right, so we want to get right into it. We talked about going to church. I want to address this immediately. The first thing I tell my son, period about life is that God is your source, and that everything good comes through him. Whenever you are lacking wisdom, whenever you need peace, everything should come through him, the Lord. And all of your intelligence, all of your blessings, all of your opportunities, even the opportunities that don't present themselves, all are the Lord, guiding you and putting his will on your life. You know what I mean? So I just really can't emphasize enough. That's the lesson I really want to preach to my son, and that'll help you in life, period.
Yeah, I agree. And we're all Christians, so I don't think there's going to be any dissension from that position on here. Whatever your faith is, I would take it right. And I would just say you got to put some faith in your kid. You got to let them, whatever the name of the God is you believe, you got to let them know that there's something out here that's larger than them. There's something that's God in their life that has a plan for them. And I think it does a lot of things, right? I think it stabilizes individuals. I think it gives them perspective. And so I think listen, I'm not saying that everybody that doesn't have faith is a bad person. What I'm saying is faith will keep you on the path when sometimes your other parts of your body don't.
Has your son, any of your sons, ever questioned the faith, questioned the religion and the God you serve, or has it just been a blind following? My family is this, and this is what I am.
So you want to take this gent first?
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say my son hasn't, but funny. I did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because I went to school and they were like, yo, they found my teacher was like, oh yeah, they just found this Homo sapien, this Homo hominid or whatever, the little, and I came home, I was like, well, this don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on with this? And my dad, see, my mom, she wasn't hearing none of that.
Yeah.
It was a problem. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I think I got hit, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. and I knew that I couldn't really talk to her about that because my mom's faith is
Everything.
everything, right? It got to be for the stuff she done been through and how she was raised. My dad's a little different. He took a different approach. He gave me a book, and it allowed me. It was still a Christian-centered book, but it gave me some perspective on those things. And then he had a conversation with me about it. So I always appreciated that he didn't just shut me up.
Yeah.
And I didn't stray away from my faith. I felt like my dad was calm. He had an answer for me. When my mom didn't want to listen, I'm like, man, you got all these Bibles. You ain't got nothing for me though.
Yeah.
Right? I'm asking the question. My dad sat down with me, talked to me. So we kept it real. But now my son is, I don't even know if he's giving that a lot of thought yet.
Yeah. I know that they haven't for the most part because their kids are just so self-centered and caught up in what they deem important at the time. But I think it's important, obviously, that we show them this side and it seeps in, into the soul and stays there. We'd be way worse if we didn't have some Jesus in our lives.
I think the only difference is, man, I don't think I had to really deal with the questioning because I don't feel like he felt it dripping off of you like it was swagoo. You know what I'm saying? Like the level of spirituality
From you?
Yeah, even from me. Yeah. And as much as I believe, I'm religious, I'm faith-based, like our mom was different. Like she lived, breathed it. It was it was a part of every particle and fiber of her being. I don't think I lived like that. Yeah. In the time he was growing up, I spent more time downtown in the clubs. Club owners knew our names. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Let's speak for yourself. I was in,
No, well, I'll speak for myself then. I'll speak for myself. I was in the club. Yeah. I was throwing Westgate parties. I was doing all the,
And that doesn't mean that
no,
you
but
don't
I'm
have
just
a
saying,
relationship with the Lord.
No, it wasn't even that, but he wasn't seeing that outright where we saw it every day. So it was almost that whole train a child in the way he should go. Yeah. Like, I don't feel like if I trained him, it wasn't training day train him. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my nigga Denzel training.
You couldn't step to him and say, "Hey man, make sure you like that."
This was on some preschool training. If he got it,
I never seen you.
Exactly.
Pray.
It was on some preschool training. Like, so the only thing I say is, if this is what you want to instill, you have to live that, embody that. Yeah. And if you're not going to do that, you're going to come off hypocritical. Yeah. And why do it? Because now you're going to destroy any chance of him really attaching himself to a faith.
It goes to show the importance of being a good example for your
regardless,
kids, and not necessarily just telling them how they should live, but also showing them, All right, so we need to give the advice to them, not our advice for ourselves, but one of the things I read about advice for your sons, it said making sure he knows his potential. You know, people always say potential is limitless, and I want to say that I agree with that to an extent, but I really want to clarify that I don't think you should just tell your kid you can do anything, because I don't think that's entirely true. You know, sometimes you have your son could be 5'8", and this nigga say he want to be, you know, an NBA star. It's probably not going to happen. Now, it's not impossible. I just feel like we should.
You say where your backup plan?
Yeah,
at?
we shouldn't limit our kids, but we also want to encourage realistic goals. And I don't want to say, you know what I mean? I don't know. You tell me.
You know what? Like, so I understand what you're saying, but what I say is, you can do anything you want. It's just that some shit gonna be easier for you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, to your point,
Good
you want to
point.
be a 5'8" NBA star.
Yeah.
That's tough.
You got your work cut out.
But it's not impossible, right? Because we've had 5'8" niggas win the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Right? So it's clearly, and it's been more than one. It ain't
Yeah.
just Nate Robinson, Spud
Yeah.
Webb. It's been a bunch of cats under 6 foot that played and had a very successful career. But are you willing to put in the work that it's going to take to prove everybody that says you can't do this wrong, and to get out on the court and dominate when you got 6'5", 6, 7, 8, 7
and
footers on the court?
that's the lesson.
That's the lesson.
Being hardworking to really accomplish these goals.
For sure.
And you know, and I agree with you, D. And the only reason I agree with you is when
only
you
reason? It ain't multiple?
It's
Okay,
not
go.
multiple reasons, but when you hear a lot of these people who actually get accomplished, or they achieve this pinnacle, or they're the best at what they do, and they're coming from really harsh beginnings and having an effed up life, and the struggle was so real. The world was so harsh. And the only thing that they ever had was a positive voice from their mother. It's usually a mother, but their mother or their father, right? And that was the only sustaining, like, life force that they received to actually propel them forward into achieving anything. Like, it was their life. It was like their lifeboat in a sense, right? So, I mean, it's important for us to breathe life into our kids.
I want to say something to that because I have a story about that, right? So, like, I grew up in the hood, right? Like really, really, really
From the hood, though.
Right? But I think what insulated me from a lot of the bullshit. Not that I was insulated, because my parents, I probably did more shit than my parents know about, right? But my mom, my dad just had a standard for me of how I was going to behave and how I was going to react that didn't allow me to fall so deep in the hole like some of my friends did, right?
Yeah.
But I remember, and my parents weren't college educated. They didn't know. They just worked, right? And I remember I was always a smart kid. I remember being like 13 or 14. Maybe it was before high school, so maybe 12 or 13. And I was just like, man, like, I don't know what I want to do. And my mom was like, I'm going to put you in this program. And it was run by Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
Shout out to the Qs.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was at the time either. And I was like, oh, she's like, it's a college, you know, my mom. She's like, it's a college club, right? She don't know, right?
Yeah.
And so she takes me to this thing, and all of a sudden it's ran by these guys. There's doctors, there's lawyers, there's engineers, there was like computer guys before IT was big, there was pilots, and I didn't know any black pilots. I didn't know any black firemen. It just completely opened my mind. And I remember them sitting down and talking to me, and they'd be like, yo, young brother, you can do anything you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, but here's what you got to do. You got to stay out of trouble. You got to focus on your study. You got to do these things. And there's one thing when your parents tell you that. They're supposed to tell you the right. But these dudes didn't know me, and I'm seeing their success, and they're telling me the same shit that my parents are telling me that they don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, shit, it started clicking for me.
Oh, so 1 + 1 = 2 now all of a sudden. Yep.
Correct.
Light bulbs going off.
And it just opened my mind up. And to me, that was really a big catalyst for me, just focusing on trying to be successful at what I was going to do in life. So,
No, you got that reinforcement, man, and that's good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Another important lesson I believe to tell your sons is that it's okay as men to have emotions. You know, I think that you're soft, you're a sissy, you're a bitch, you know, you're a hoe. Now I'm just going off, you know. But when a man shows emotions, he's weak. You know, when a boy cries, he's soft. And I think we have to normalize, you know, letting our sons know that you do have to be strong, but it's okay to have emotions. Would you agree with that? Now, I'm not saying it's okay to cry your
All
way
the
through
time.
life, you know, because that's something, you know, obviously you use a loved one, something of that nature, but it is okay to have emotions. It is okay to not be happy about something and express it, where I feel like men are supposed to have this stoic mindset where, oh, we just internalize everything and, you know.
I think you're right. I think conditional emotions, right? Like, I think you can't be, because here's the thing. you can't be a man that cries or gets upset about everything.
Yeah.
And the reason I say it's important, and I've told my son this, and maybe I should, I'm sure people are going to kill me in the comments, is that for the most part, as a grown man, nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody cares that you're sad. Your kids don't care. Your woman don't care.
It's
No
true.
one cares. They'll say they care.
Yeah.
They care to a certain extent.
In theory, they care.
Right.
Yeah.
But like they care enough as long as you continue to do what you're supposed to do
Facts.
for the family.
Facts.
Like, yeah, you can be upset and you can be sad, but don't let that shit upset the apple cart. You know what I mean? And I think it's important. While unfortunate, it's a reality of our world. And so, and I've told my son, I'm like, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to show emotion, but just know you got to get real good at compartmentalizing that shit and moving forward, because dwelling on that will not serve you well in any aspect of your life.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is what I feel. I feel like crying is just like a car wash for the soul. I think it's a necessity, and it's something that we should kind of normalize for men in some way, shape, or form, because young men do not process their feelings well. So what ends up happening is they hold it in, it bottlenecks, it bubbles over, and then they lash out and they do something fucked up. They do something crazy. And then all of a sudden now they're in the penal system. I mean, it just take one F up, to be honest with you. And it's all because I agree with you. I used to be the king of
Mentalizing. Yeah.
compartmentalizing. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I think a lot of men are good at it.
But I was really, really good at it,
reasons.
right? But the reality is, overdoing that, like, you don't even, like, when all those doors open up at the age of 40 because you didn't process that shit.
Doing it to avoid your emotions is not wise. I think,
and a lot of people do that.
Yeah, I think where compartmentalizing can be a beneficial skill is when it's handling different people, handling different problems.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Or handling different hosts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you want to compartmentalize it then, but not with your emotions.
Yeah.
You want to get those out.
You just have to have an outlet. I mean, like, and your outlet can be a woman, your outlet could be your homeboys, your outlet could be a therapist, your outlet could be working out, running, whatever it is that allows you to get the frustration.
Cross stitching.
You say, yeah, that's all.
So would you teach your son that it's okay to cry, not only as a boy when they're kids, but as a man? Is that a message that you're gonna make to him? Like,
I don't get that specific. You know, he got to manage his emotions. What I say is it's okay to have emotions.
Yeah.
Because everybody's not, like, here's the thing. I'm not a crier. But it's not that I'm not a crier because of anything my parents said or anything. My dad just wasn't a crier. I think I seen my dad teary-eyed. I'm crying. I could think boo-hoo.
Yeah.
I think I seen him cry when my grandfather died.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
Those
then-
are the only times.
when his
I think
my
little brother,
uncle died.
and I think when my little brother was born, my dad right eye was a little watery. But that's,
I'm not even sure if on any of the
now he don't like that nigga.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So I just never saw that, and for me, like, I think part of me not being an overly, it's interesting because we talk about being emotional. I'm a very emotional person. It's just more so happiness and anger are the emotions that I think. And that's what I'm saying.
Pride and anger mine as well, bruh. It's horrible.
Not everybody's a cry.
Yeah.
There's some people who are very sentimental, emotional in that way, and there are people who are very energetic and forceful. So emotions aren't just crying or being sad.
It's just, but you should process whatever it is.
For
I'm
sure.
glad you clarified
For
that
sure.
because you don't want to confuse them.
Right.
Certainly. But yeah, I do think it's okay for a man to cry, under certain circumstances. And any other circumstances, fellas, just cry by yourself.
That's all you got to do,
just-
bruh. Drink your Hennessy, man.
Yeah,
and light up your stogie and listen to some Life Jennings. You know what I'm
took the
saying?
words right out of my mouth. I was gonna.
That's a specific artist.
But no, you know what though? I was gonna say if any artist I know that has a glass of Hennessy and cried when he
Yeah.
writes is Life Jennings.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That boy he actually got a song called Cry.
Yeah. I believe it. I believe it.
That's hilarious. That's
I believe
hilarious.
it. I feel like Music Soul Child cried too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, undoubtedly.
Yeah, he cried on the song. I swear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked like he cried.
A lot of people thought Keith Sweat cried on songs. He just sounded like
No,
that.
he whined and begged
Yeah.
on a song. He
Slim,
didn't cry.
Slim from 112 didn't cry though. He just sounded like he cried.
He sounded like he cried.
I don't want to know.
That was a pretty good rendition. All right, so another lesson to teach the sons is really the importance of making your own decisions. Peer pressure is real out here, and a lot of kids doing dumb shit because of it. and I just want my son to be his own man. You know,
You want to be a leader, huh?
Yeah. To lead the pack and not follow, which is hard to say because instinctively, I think when you're young coming up, you want to adapt. You want to follow in a sense because you want to fit in.
Yeah.
Do you guys think, and I have an example and I want to hear from you guys, right? So I had this conversation with my mom probably a couple weeks ago, like my son and my daughter. So once again, my daughter's 13, my son's 14. I say this, my son is a leader, right? Like he's the type of person.
He's 15.
Yeah, he's the type of person that will go, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. Instead, let's do this. Come with me. Let's do this. Like I've seen that I've really seen that since he was a kid. Like he's got that personality. I think there's 3 personalities, right? People always say there's leaders and there's followers. I think there's something in between. I call them lone wolves. And what I mean by that is a follower is going to do what the leader says, right?
Yeah. Yep.
The leader's going to try to get people to follow. My daughter's a lone wolf. She's like, I'm not doing what that motherfucker say, but I don't give a shit what you do.
And she don't care.
Yeah.
And don't
That's
care.
how my son is too. He
Exactly.
does not give a damn
But I'm not
about
doing it, though.
nobody.
Right.
Like he just don't give a damn.
And obviously there are mixes between the two. Sure. I think there are times where my natural inclination is to lead, but then there's other times where I want to be a lone wolf. I want to be left alone because I can control my environment, I can control my vibe, and I don't want to bring anybody into that. So, but I definitely never have been a follower in any sense from really when I think about it.
But when we're talking about like making decisions, I think that we need to teach our sons how to follow their own gut, follow what they believe in, based off of the foundational shit that we've already taught them, right? And see how that pays out. Mm-hmm. And if the shit don't work, now you've learned something, pivot. And if that situation comes again, you know how to address it differently. Like as long as he's not doing the same shit and creating, moments of insanity, then I know that we've accomplished something.
And I will tell you, I've started doing that in the last like 6-7 months with my son is. Like his mom will always be like, well, you got to tell him to do this. And do you tell him to do that? I'm like, nope, I ain't tell him shit.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I do with my son. I let him know very clearly the expectations and the consequences for not meeting expectations. Just like my boss does in my job, right? I'm like, look, I went upstairs, room don't look like it's supposed to, his loft don't like it's supposed to. This needs to be cleaned up. It's Monday, I know you had to test that up till Wednesday. I don't care if you don't do shit for 2 days.
Yeah.
I said, when I come up here Wednesday at 7 o'clock, it better be clean. See, his mom want to micromanage
the whole
you do
thing.
this?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I told you what it was. When I come up and if this shit ain't right, it's going to be furniture moving this motherfucker. And that's how I do it. With him working out, right? He likes to work out. I work out. But like, I asked him, like, what you working today? He's like, I don't know. I'll figure out when I get there. That's just so fucking weird to me.
It
I'm
is.
like, how do you work out without a plan? I said, bro, I know what I worked out today. I'm going to the gym tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I'm working. I know what the fuck I'm working on Monday and Tuesday, unless some external factor comes in.
For the week.
I'm dropping this motherfucker off at the gym today.
Yeah.
5 minutes. I'm like, yo, what you working today? He's like, you know what? I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out when I get in there.
Yeah,
I said, you gonna spend time figuring. So, but I'm like, hey man, do you?
You gotta
know
let.
what I'm saying?
I think that's important, and it's hard for us to do as parents. We gotta let our
Harder
kids,
for their moms.
Yeah. But we gotta let them be who they
Right.
are, And I catch myself in moments, maybe trying to micromanage it and try to lead him to do it the way I would. And I said, you know what? All I care about is the results.
Is it done?
You know what I mean? So I definitely fall back and let him find his own way.
See, and like you, when I'm thinking about you, I think about structure. When I think about you and your kids, it's structure.
It is.
But there is a time I think where you got to transition from structure into kind of what we talking about, right? And kind of letting go. And if a mistake happens, then we have a coachable event, right?
Yeah.
And then so that he can push forward and make the right decision the next time. But I would say parents, be careful about at certain ages, we gotta know when to flip the switch on from structure to coaching.
Let's
know
stay
what
on
I'm
that
saying?
for a sec,
Yeah.
because
Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying. For me though, my mindset is to provide structure until you're an adult.
Yes.
Right? So like I'm not like at 15, 16, you're still a minor.
Yeah.
So I'm providing the structure now.
Can I ask you a question on that though? So going back to your example with your son in the room, when he was 8, you would have been like, I want this room clean right now, or would you? And now and then you would have micromanaged that situation. But now that he's 15, you'd be like, hey, you got till Wednesday to figure this out.
I think I had to, right? Because I don't think that he had the bucket of skill set to pull from, right?
And that's all I'm saying,
at
though.
15, but what I'm saying is that at 15, I've told this motherfucker hundreds of times over the course of his life how you need to clean the room, how you need to make your bed, how you need to wipe and mop and wipe your toilet and clean your toilet and all this stuff. So at 15, I don't have to go through all that. At 8, he didn't know all that. He couldn't process that on his own. So I had to it's like you got to micromanage a motherfucker knowing their first 90 days at the job, then you do their 9th year at the job.
And that was the point I was making too. But I hear what you're saying.
But my point is you ain't the boss at 15 or 16. So my thing is, I'm taking you all the way. I'm taking you all the way. Listen, because I don't completely disagree with your point.
No, I hear what you're saying.
When
though.
a kid starts driving and they're
small.
16, 17, 18 years old, I'm gradually pulling back.
I hear what
But
you're saying,
ultimately,
though.
that happens when you out my house.
And even that has structure. I hear what you're saying.
I'll never let that structure go. I take the parenting job too serious, and if you really let them live, man, they could go down and make decisions that they didn't foresee coming and end up living with a consequence that they don't want.
And I agree with you. And
just keeping it real.
I
I'm
know
just
that.
keeping it real. So like,
and I agree with you. I think when you said it the way that you said it, then it's like what I was saying, but I think it was
like
just
if you could prevent your son
graduation.
If you could prevent your son from getting a woman pregnant at 19 and having a baby, would you do it?
Of course I would.
But he's an adult, so should you just let that nigga bust off in the pussy everywhere and just hope for the best?
I would argue this. You ain't letting your son do shit at 19.
That's true.
So the point is this. Once that kid, if I provided structure for 18 years, once you out my house and you live in your life, just like we all did when we went to college.
Yeah. You lived yours a little too much. Go ahead.
So what happens is you hear your parents in your head.
Yeah.
You're pulling from situations and scenarios that they've imparted on you during your 18, almost 2 decades with them. And so that's what you got to do. Because here's the thing. God dang, we talked about this with our daughters.
Yeah.
Like, my daughter go to college, right? If I'm providing structure, I'm like, you don't need to be in no nigga house when it get dark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, past this
study
time.
at the
I believe it
library,
was 9 p.m.
Not in this house.
Yeah.
Like, you don't be drinking around no bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
None of that shit's gonna happen. She's not listening to none of it.
Yeah.
They're gonna go to college and they're gonna do the exact fucking thing we did.
Well, you hope not, but yeah.
But they will though.
Yeah.
Because your parents hoped you
But
wouldn't.
it's funny because
And
you wouldn't say that to your son. I know, and then look what happened. But
Right.
you won't say some of those things to your son. I probably wouldn't.
And
say
if
that
we're
to him.
using me as an example, fellas,
Yeah.
right?
You probably the best of us.
No, but I'm saying if we're using me as an example, we had super structure, D. It was just too much structure.
I had structure too.
And I know you did too.
Mm-hmm.
But so as soon as I went to college, it was give us free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a style. I was jumping off the boats. You know what I'm saying? Like it was about to be.
We were an extreme case.
It was wild style.
You ain't even care how they look.
It didn't- it didn't-
they couldn't.
No,
ugly
I
as
would have
hell.
never agreed to
Listen,
that.
I didn't impregnate Lovely. Okay.
Oh no!
Damn, you
edit
gave
that.
the name.
Yeah, I don't
Edit
give
that.
a fuck.
No, you got to edit it.
Nah, dog, if somebody knows her, shout out.
Shout out to you, man.
Lovely. She had a badass body.
I'm
and a
glad
badass
we
face.
never did it like that. Okay. Either way.
Her face wasn't lovely. Go ahead.
Yeah. But so I'm just saying, so don't you believe that overstructure will create the
You don't
kind
wanna
of
stifle your
feeling
kids.
for
And you don't want to leave them unprepared for what the world looks like.
Gotcha.
I want them to be able to handle themselves in any environment. So you definitely want to let them live a little bit, and like D say, gradually, loosen the leash, so to speak, and they'll be all right.
I got a saying for exactly what you're talking about and what it's
What's
called.
that?
We say it at work. It's called freedom in the framework. So our parents, our job as they get like when they're small, right? We're providing this framework for them to operate in.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is they have very little freedom inside this tight box,
Mm-hmm.
right? But as they get older, we expand the framework. We're still in charge of the fucking borders, right, of the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
But we allow them access to more ways to move around in the kingdom. And ultimately, as they get older and the older they get, we open up the gates a little bit more. We open up the gates a little more. So I think that's what's happening is I think as they get older, like for instance, before, when I drop my son off, I'm like, okay, I'm dropping you off at the birthday party. The party over this time. You better have your ass out here at this time and pick you up. Now he like, the party started. I'm like, all right, I'll pick you up around 9:30. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, listen, we overanalyzing this because we done good with our kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a good thing.
for sure.
All right. So another thing, now we want to start talking about, them within a relationship.
Okay.
In life. Here, that's going to be a big one. But All right, we want to teach them the importance of choosing your battles when you're in a relationship. I think that most men learn that when they get married or they've been with a chick for a long time. But a lot of things aren't worth fighting for. And I actually think this message applies to life, period, because even outside of a relationship and altercations, with other men and things of that nature, everything isn't worth a fight. And especially when you have a lot to lose, you know what I mean? And as men, we let our pride, our ego get ahead of us. And now we throwing hands for what? Over a chick that is not really ours, you know what I mean? Or over a prideful event that you really don't care about in the scheme of things. So I think it's important to choose your battles in life and relationships.
I think this is a super important one. Every freaking war that was ever waged was based off of some form of history and the pride associated with this history, right? So pride is the root of evil for men, to be honest with you. I think it's our biggest Achilles heel, to be honest with you. And because we don't understand it very well when you're young, I think it's a good thing to teach our kids about pride, because it's going to help you not approach everything like, well, everything's worth fighting for. Everything is a battle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely someone who was full of pride and everything was a battle. It's my way, it's no way, and it's just not a way to live. It's not a productive way to live, because you're trying to live, you're trying to be in someone else's space. And I'm not only talking about living with someone, I'm just talking about even dating. You're trying to interact with someone who's just not like you, doesn't think like you, doesn't move like you, so nothing's going to be smooth, right? Yeah. So
I think y'all niggas are talking I agree with you ideologically.
Yeah.
But in the practice of real life, that shit just doesn't happen, right? Because here's the bottom line, right? We a room full of seasoned niggas, right? So
Nice.
we have years of perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what we're talking about, and I know we're talking about ideally.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about is not what we were at the ages we're
Oh,
talking
hell no.
about, right? So
Especially 14.
I think I got in more fights in college than I did in high school, right? So my point is this: I think it's our responsibility, and I agree with you both. It's our responsibility and our duty to try to help our sons improve on things that it took us maybe a little bit longer to learn, with the understanding that they still gonna do some shit that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
that testosterone level is bubbling.
It would help to be aware.
That's all I was about to say, the awareness of the pride.
And to know what's possible, and if your father tells you, hey, look, you're not going to always handle things well, but just sit back and think and ask, is it worth it? Do I really want to fight for this? With my all,
you know what the perfect example is? Every chick in college, like when these kids start dating, every chick in college is about to cheat on you. Before even the relationship start, dog.
I don't think so.
Like, no, I'm telling you, because this is a time where even women are trying to figure out what they want, how, who they are, all this
Depends
type of
what
stuff,
year
right?
They, and if they
let's say freshmen. Let's say freshmen.
Well, then they ready to be hoes.
So-
They for the streets. I appreciate y'all. Keep doing what y'all
When
doing.
we finish, put that camera on me, because I disagree with these niggas.
No, so I'm just gonna, so let's just say,
nigga point.
no, I'm just saying from a point standpoint, right? So these people are going to probably, a woman may cheat, a young lady may cheat, and these people may be like, dog, I thought it was all about me, and their pride is in place. They see this boy, they see this girl, and their pride takes over. Like, I just want people to make smart decisions by recognizing that they got to reframe their pride, dog, and make a decision like, is this really worth it? Understand that this is college. This is what they gonna do. Don't make this personal. Don't make this as about you. Like, that type of feel. Because I remember how I felt, when I got cheated on the first time in college, boy. And
I was there.
Shit.
I was there.
You would have thought my world ended.
And the worst part is you never even fucked her.
Yeah.
So can you really get cheated on if you ain't never?
Ain't that some shit?
No, I'm just being honest though.
Ain't that some
If
shit?
another nigga fucked her before you did, then she ain't cheated on
But
you.
she didn't fuck you.
No, but I mean, I've
been in that
I was
situation.
waiting for marriage.
Clearly not, because you turned 22, nigga.
Yeah. No.
Or maybe you
But
were.
I've been in that situation, but perspective is a motherfucker, because you felt cheated on. When a chick I was dating in high school, I found out my homeboy was fucking her. And I was like, damn, how you fucking her? That's my girlfriend. I ain't fucking her. I was
Man,
like,
R.I.P.
that
to-
ain't mine. Yeah, I was like, that ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? I almost want to say her name to be spiteful, but I ain't gonna do it
Don't
like
do
that.
it like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I already
But-
did
No,
it for
you
the.
can't- you
I already
can't
did.
say
I already did it
nothing.
for.
Yeah,
I did
know.
it. I did
You
it for the team
day,
today.
So you good.
Yeah.
But I never felt cheated on or sad. The moment I found out he was hitting it, and I wasn't, I was like, damn, she really isn't my girlfriend. Like I laughed. You know what I mean? So it's funny how perspective is because to me, you're not mine if I'm not fucking you.
Yeah, but
Deadass.
I'm also a lot more prideful than you are too.
Yeah.
So
and apparently, I think you're more. Your connections rely more on your emotions than the physical.
Yeah.
If I like you and you like me, that ain't enough. Until this dick get up in you, ho, you're not mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that is different.
For sure.
All right, you had something to say? Add to that?
Oh no, I just
Yeah,
don't
you-
think. I just don't think every girl's gonna cheat on. I think I name one right now. You remember Candice?
no, she wouldn't cheat on me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Would
saying.
you tell your son that, hey, every girl's gonna cheat on you, or would you tell him? Because I think this is what my approach would be like. Every woman is capable of cheating.
I wouldn't even go that way because
Yeah.
I would. What I've told my son he's in 9th grade. What I've told him for high school and in college, I'm like, yo, maybe a lot of years in college, but I told him in high school and your first year, maybe a couple years of college, you don't need a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You don't need a girlfriend. Why would you get it? Why would you? He had a girlfriend for a little bit this year for about 3-4 months. I said, nigga, why you got a girlfriend?
But assuming he's not gonna listen, because you know how they are.
Listen, he may or may not. He's gonna
Yeah.
pick and choose what he listens to. Every part of what I tell him.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But my bottom line is, if we have to teach these boys what we learn from. I would never. I said, why would you handicap yourself?
Yeah.
You know how many fine girls in this school? Why would you?
But I think for a time when I was younger, prior to this even situation that I just shared, I think I had in my mind that when a girl likes you, she's loyal to you. And she wouldn't do that to you.
But
I always had in my mind that a man ain't shit, and he would do it.
and
some of that is what I saw
This is
from
what
my
you saw,
own dad,
though. Yeah.
right? So I knew my mom was gonna stay packed, and my dad, he in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, it was like, man, a woman wouldn't do that. Because in that case, I don't know if I call it cheating because, again, I never hit. But then when I actually got cheated on by a chick I loved and I was fucking, I was
Did you
like,
feel it?
I was like, whew, I never even thought it was possible. Because here I am, we're in love. You know what I'm saying? I'm digging her down. I believe she's screaming. You know what I'm saying? She coming and she want the dick every time. So like in my mind, it hurt and it was it was a slap in the face of reality. Like, damn, these hoes will cheat too. I don't think going in, I thought that was possible.
What I taught my son was because when it came on to relationship with women and so forth, the only thing I told him is like, listen, humans are humans. People are going to do whatever the hell they want to do. It's out of your control. And so the only thing you can control is yourself. So I said, focus on loving yourself and let the chips fall where they may. Because if you really love yourself, your rebound on whatever happens will, because you know it will happen. I mean, you'll begin to heal faster than Wolverine, nigga. Like, it's just real shit. So and I'm gonna tell you, he's freaking good at it. Yeah. I give you that. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
At loving
I talked to him about
God.
that. He doesn't plan to be a lover. You know, you
he don't got a bone in him over it.
When from an early age, I knew you were a lover. You know, this nigga, he cultivates everything into a relationship. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I believe it.
You know, it's just he want to take care of a hoe with me. I remember you used to save your lunch money because you had Rashawn and she was a senior and you was a sophomore, and you were saving.
But she was
your
the
lunch
hottest
money.
girl
She
ever.
was fucking bad. She was
I'm
worth
still
every
not
penny.
saving I got to eat. I'm not saving my lunch money.
Dope.
I was skinny already.
Just so he could trick off on her at lunch. Couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's who you were more versus nephew. He got the hoe, and he told me a long time ago, I'm more like you and his aunt, like a free spirit. Like you want to get out there, you know. And if I'm to be honest, and my son, I see more of him.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely
when
more
it
like
comes
me.
to women than it does me.
Really?
He ain't got that hoe in him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was with this chick and she broke up with him like 3 weeks. And he's like, man, Dad, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It really hurt. I say, what? Nigga, in my mind, I'm like, I'm consoling him too, D. I'm like, dog, son, nah, this is an important lesson. This
But were
how
you
come-
rolling your eyes at
No,
the same
in my mind, I'm like, this bitch ass nigga at 14, nigga, I had 6 hoes, nigga. When one left, nigga, I forgot she left. You know what I mean? He just don't have that dog in him. So every man
And that's okay.
every person is different.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm actually happy for him in that way. It's hard being a hoe. You know what I'm saying? It's hard being a hoe.
It is.
You know, it's a lot easier to be a one-woman man, believe it or not.
Oh my
It is.
God.
It is.
You
But
don't
it's a
want-
good conversation.
The
Keep it
streets
rolling.
is tough. The streets is tough.
Oh shit.
That's funny.
Oh man, important point, lesson for your sons. It's not just about you. You know, one of the plights of a man is that we have to see the bigger picture in life, in relationships, our families. Like, we don't get to hyper focus on one thing. We have to see how everything affects us all. And I really want my son, because you know our kids, especially boys, they're really selfish and they're thinking about just what they want. And I really try to get my son to start thinking as a unit, start thinking as a pack leader. You know what I mean? And how do I keep everybody good and not just fend for myself? Because you're gonna be good, but then guess what? At some point, you're gonna need to rely on that pack. You know what I mean? So, how do you feel about that? You know what I mean? Just focusing on. All right,
You mean
No.
no. So you mean just the whole fact of a
See the
man?
bigger
A man
picture.
is more than himself, and
Yeah.
seeing the other, the bigger picture.
facts.
And I mean, it is vital. I mean, to be honest with you, I think if a woman was to really say this is what a man is and the value of him is his ability to be able to handle multiple things and do all those things very, very well. And it starts right there with that concept of seeing everything, taking care of everything around him, right? So I think it's a good thing to be more than yourself, right? But I think naturally boys are selfish. I mean, you know, most of us ain't really taught to play in the same sandbox, right?
Yeah.
But I could argue that girls probably a little bit the same as well. I mean, I don't know, man.
I agree. All right, let's move on. Man, how to treat a woman right. You know, the best thing to do here would be to set a good example with how you treat his mom, you know?
Yeah.
And even if you're not with her, you can still do right by her so he can see, hey, you know, my dad treats my mom well and he not even with her, you know? So I think it's important that we show them, you know, by example, but we also have to explain to them what that looks like, you know?
How real do you get, D?
Yeah.
Well, as far as being real, I'm 100% real with my kids, and I think with you don't got to get specific with some of the information, but I think first of all, you know, kids get to a certain age and they see how shit percolating.
Yeah.
Right. Like when they're little, they may not understand. They may not see all they may not see behind the curtain, so to speak.
Yeah.
But as they get older, they see how mom's acting. They see how dad's acting. And,
See
what
through
I would say is
They know mom's a bitch and dad ain't shit.
That's tough.
Right?
yeah. But I think I think you have conversations about the fact that, hey, I may have not acted appropriately today or that interaction with your mother because here is what I was feeling. Here's what I was thinking. And even though you saw me react that way, I've had these conversations. I'm saying, hey, and not this formal. Like I talked to my son. I was like, hey man, you know what happened yesterday? I was with your mom and going back and forth. He's like, yeah. I'm like, man, that wasn't a play on my part.
Yeah.
I said that wasn't a play.
I wish I had more moments like that.
That's why
I just wish I did that more
That's
often.
why you're such a fucking dope father.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, brother.
Honestly,
Yeah.
you have to be accountable. And I do that with I was just talking to my daughter about that the other day. I will never, ever hesitate to apologize and admit when I'm wrong. I'm going to mishandle shit all the time. I told her I'm very passionate and I'm aggressive. So there's no way I'm going to get it right all the time. You just have to be willing to hold yourself accountable, call yourself out, and just keep it real.
See, the vulnerability piece
big.
I get, and I get it with the direct one-on-one interaction with your kid, like, and then being able to step out of yourself and be able to say, okay, you know, I fucked up right here. Hey, let me holler at you real quick, and tell you why and how I felt and how it could have went a little bit differently. But outside of that one-on-one interaction, if it was something going on with wifey, and I had an interaction and maybe it got loud or whatever the case may be, or I said something snide, I could tell you right now, honest to God, I have never gone back to my kids and said, hey, listen, I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
And I went back to your mom and I apologized. And I apologize to you. Dog, do you know how much better of a man I would have been if I did that?
You know what I've done too?
Oh my God.
Whenever I make a mistake publicly, I apologize publicly. And I tell the kids that if you're going to show out, then you got to humble yourself in public too. So when I fucked up, I'll apologize to their mom in front of them and say, hey, look, I should have done this differently. And they see me humble myself, and I know my son sees it and knows this nigga's not weak. I already know how strong and tough he is in other situations. It takes strength to humble yourself.
Dog, I admire you both then, dog. Like, real talk. I mean, I'm serious.
That's real. And you know what's crazy is they will also, even if you're doing this, right, in your head, you're like, yeah, but your mama still ain't shit.
Yeah.
They start to see. They start to see.
I'm definitely thinking that too,
I'll tell you that right now. There's times where my kids will witness an interaction between me and their mom and, like, doesn't go particularly well, right? And maybe I didn't say anything crazy. My son will come to me or my daughter will come to me. They be like, what? Like, was she having a bad day? Like, what's going on? You know, they trying to be respectful. What they want to say is, yo, why the fuck that bitch acting so crazy? But they would never say that. But they start to see how a person who holds themselves accountable and has no issue being honest and saying, look, I didn't handle that appropriately, compares and contrasts with a person who can never
do it. Yeah. Of course. But it's important. What the thing that's killing me right now, which is so amazing, is the fact is when you're doing this, they're seeing how they should mirror that and interact with another human being, another woman. You know what I'm saying? Ideally, right? Conceptually.
Yeah.
I'm blown away.
No,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I've gotten that from my daughter a few times, a little differently. She's more like, Dad, you know how mom is, and then we laugh at it. Like, she's a lot like me, but my son once, and he's only done it once, and I'll never forget it. And you know, I got into it with his mom, and I really played it right. You know, y'all know me. I'm quick
you're a
as long as you know me, and I go hard, quick.
Chess versus checkers.
Yeah, but facts. Don't know how to play chess in real life, so I can't play it in the fucking game. I just can't do it. And after it all went down, again, I just kept my mouth shut, a lot of right answers, and kept it political almost. And my son came to me, and he puts his hand on his shoulder, and he was like, it's going to be all right, Dad. It won't always be like this.
Dang. Trouble won't find you always?
No, but when he said it, though, it immediately let me know he's not as blind as I thought he was.
Facts.
He's far more.
None of these kids
are
blind,
see, I know my daughter isn't, but sons tend to be in their own world. But he's
they
perceptive,
just don't show it, bro.
And he's in tune with emotions. As emotionally retarded as he is, he has a little bit of sense to where he was able to catch that. And man, it meant everything to me because as a man, only we really understand what we go through. Right. You know, my daughter probably was like, all right, his dad got, you know what I'm saying? Like, as women, they just side with each other. It's just the facts. We've talked about this before. My own sister have snitched on me to hoes, and they was hoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She just
I don't even know where to go from
because they're
that.
a woman, and you know what I mean? Like, you know, you can't do a girl like that. God, you my sister,
bruh.
Fuck that hoe.
When I got
when I got divorced, my sister came to me and said, "Listen, I just want to let you know, I'm rocking with her."
Yeah.
You lying?
Yeah, she
straight
did.
up and down. I was like, "Dang, that's fucked up."
She did.
I was like, that's how they do it.
Dad told us a long time ago. He said a woman is a woman, and it doesn't matter if she's your mom, your auntie,
doesn't matter,
your
bro.
sister. At the end of the day, you know that's how it's gonna go.
Facts. We've worked through it since.
So
then.
let me ask y'all a question: would you teach your son how to approach a woman, or do you think that's something he has to come up with on his own?
No, I'm not teaching him that.
Nah, every nigga got their own jump shot. You know what I'm saying? Every nigga got their own jump shot.
I taught my son how to shoot.
I mean, but do you want him to have the Bill Cartwright? You know what I'm saying?
You don't.
No.
Lonzo Ball.
You got to. Here's what I would say. You got.
He worked on his.
You got to judge your son. You got to judge son. And my son is. You know what my son is? I say this shit all the time. This motherfucker is. He got superpowers.
Yeah.
Because
strong wrist.
Yeah. Because Shut up.
I got young kids, so you know.
But you know.
I saw my son. My son always said, "My man, my wrist on the thighs." And let me tell you, it is. We're at a volleyball game. I'm sorry to interrupt your story.
Yeah.
And group of good-looking, you know, young ladies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Approach, and they were like boyfriend or brother. You know, I guess that's some new TikTok thing where they find out. And dog, and he says brother. And all these chicks was like, "Can I get your snap? Can I get your?" You know what I mean? And all this, and slid on him right there in front. I'm talking about his mom's there, his sister's there. I'm there. And I'm like, well, I was proud. You know what I mean? Yeah, the wrist was within him, but he doesn't have any mouth game. You see, we have enough argument. When we in there, we know what to say. But they're young, so that's what I was wondering. Do you teach him how to communicate?
Listen, I haven't had to teach. So interesting enough. This is an interesting way you put that. I've taught him, but not about girls. I've taught him how to communicate in life and with people.
Go ahead with yourself.
So this is what I'm saying.
And it
Well, I was gonna say he
applies.
got superpowers. My son can sit here right now and he gonna plug right into the vibe.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's a great communicator. So he tells me we was riding from the other day. I picked him up from school. It was like him and a bunch of chicks around, about 3-4 chicks. And I got in the car. I said, which one you hollering at? He's like, I'm just everybody my friend.
Yeah.
Right? I said, that's a young nigga way of saying I ain't had no one in particular.
Dog, that's funny.
But he said, Dad, it's so easy.
Yeah.
I said, what you mean? He said, talking to girls. He said, my friends be like, oh, they like that girl over there. They like this.
And they can't
He's
do
like-
it.
he
They
like-
don't know what to say.
He's like, go say what's up.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, nah, I don't know. He said, Dad, a lot of dudes my age can't carry a conversation.
They
It's true.
overcomplicate
They
it,
can't
though.
communicate.
They really
He said, Dad,
overcomplicate it.
He said, I asked a girl, like, how was your day today? He said he asked a girl the other day. He's like, what's the most incredible thing that's happened to you today?
Oh yeah.
But
Like,
can I be honest with you? That's a grown man question.
That's a grown man
That should
question.
work right now. A lot of young niggas don't think like that. And I'm gonna be honest, my son's talk game ain't on that level. The girls are approaching him because he's good looking, et cetera, et cetera. But he doesn't have that riz to just get. And a lot of girls like him. Everyone's his friend. Oh no, we just friends. I don't really see her
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? So he's definitely keeping his options open. But all the hoes love him.
Yeah, my son is a
what I'm saying?
conversationalist
All of those
naturally
love
as well. But the problem is his looks are ridiculous, right? You his eyes, he's tall, yellow,
Hazel eyes
the
and
red
shit.
skin is, is in right now,
Team
yellow
light
bone.
skin.
Yeah, the team light skin is in. So like women, dude, men be hitting on him. Like everyone be hitting on him, right? So it's just when you have both those things, life is dangerous.
You know, you
Life
got to
is
teach
dangerous.
your son that chivalry is real. You know,
Yeah.
and I that's not really preached a lot right now. But I do try to push that on. The
You got to
son.
just show that. That's something you got to show
old
by
school.
example. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can tell them about it too,
Yeah.
because that simple opening doors and shit, it still works. It
Mm-hmm.
still works. The importance of respecting women. I mean,
Yeah.
damn,
Goes
you know.
without saying.
And I push that more on the women in his family, and then it should correlate to the hoes in the street.
Strangely, I feel like these young kids these days, they're locked in on the kind of feminist movement. They're just equity in general. Like they'll cuss someone out for a young lady. Like I
don't
mean,
know.
unless they're a real hood.
Yeah.
Like
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. My son ain't doing that.
Yeah, mine ain't either.
Yeah, he ain't doing that. I mean, I think I'll go as far as saying he thinks everyone should be treated fairly.
yeah.
But he not about to march for he not about to march for other people's right. Like he not doing that.
Yeah, he don't care about that shit either. Mine, that.
But I will say this too. I think here's the difference too. Your son is actually a little older. Your son's a grown man. So I do think that 20-somethings have that mentality.
Yeah.
I think just our sons ain't there yet.
Too young.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think we have to teach our son the important to be the head of the household, or do you think that's something that they just fall into? You know, like is that something we should have to break down to them and say, hey, as the man, this is your role. Do we teach them this role?
I think you teach them. I think you teach them their responsibility in relationships, and then the puzzle pieces fit how they're going to fit, right? So,
Yeah.
I don't know that my dad ever told me, "Here's how you have to behave and you have to do this." He just did shit, right? Like I knew without my dad saying anything, I got to make sure that I have gainful employment, that I stay employed, that I'm making sure that my family ain't worried about food or lights or clothes or nothing like that. That I put structure for my kids and make sure they ain't out here acting foolish, and that I'm doing my very best to respect their mother.
so
That
you
was kinda-
mimic his action.
That's
That's
kinda,
the best
yeah.
lesson.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. I think.
So most of them.
Yeah, you'll believe it. It's easier to follow and listen to something you see versus you're telling me to do something that you're not doing yourself.
It's just
think,
strong as strong.
I think it's just a conversation best had like when it gets serious, like later on, whenever that happens, versus at this younger age, for sure. But yeah, I agree with all that.
Yeah, definitely. We got to give our sons a little sex advice. Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit about a couple of things, but then I want y'all to come up in your mind what advice you give your son about sex.
I feel like he got to figure it out. Like we all figured it
no,
out.
no, nigga. And let me
I don't
say-
like that either. In fact, boy, you set your son up for
Let me say
failure.
something. My dad didn't really talk to me about sex. I'm gonna keep it real.
Mine didn't say a
dog,
word.
You know my dad?
Yeah.
Dog, I swear to you, I was 20 years old. Nigga been in college for 2 years.
Yeah.
Miami guy. I came home and me and my dad's always been in my life. He, like I said, he did the shit he's supposed to. we're not really friends.
Yeah.
You know, like we're not really friends. I love my dad.
Yeah.
If I could save him with a kidney or something, I would. But we not friends. Like, and that's not his. That wasn't his idea. His idea was to make sure shit was straight.
Yeah.
He wasn't. He had
He didn't
friends.
grow up that way to
He
even
did not.
think to.
And you know what? I had a problem with that. And this is another podcast. We talk about men in their relationships with their fathers. I think that's be a good one. But my mom had to tell me, like, that's not how he grew up with his father. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, so I'm 20 years old. 20 years old. I've been home the whole summer. I see my dad. Hey, Dad, what's up? Everything good? Yeah. I'm leaving. He said, D, let me talk to you. So I went to the door. I was like, what's up, Dad? I'm about to get in my car to drive from D.C. back to Florida. This nigga gave me 2 condoms.
Yeah, he couldn't give you a 3-pack.
The nigga gave me.
And it tapped you in the chest
That was
2
my
times.
question. I'm like,
Because
what you
a
about?
2-pack that's out the pack. That they don't sell them.
He had to
twos.
keep
they
one.
don't.
He had to keep one.
Why?
Though. For your younger brother that's coming up.
You thought you got here by accident? He beating the brakes off of mama.
No,
Nah, she at that point she
Yeah.
wasn't getting. Well, you know what though? My parents had me. My mom, I was 20. My mom had been 40.
exactly.
Yeah.
They still
Yeah.
had time.
She could
Listen.
still get pregnant.
No,
He
baby,
ain't want
no, I
more
don't.
kids.
You listen, you know, I appreciate y'all saving my dad, but listen to me. He should have never.
Dad, oh, so you that okay? Now I see what you
Listen,
said.
the
Nah,
mo-
Dad
the
ain't
mo-
moving.
The
like
motherfucker
that.
gave me 2 condoms.
Yeah.
And he said, man, he said, make sure you keep a raincoat on.
Yeah,
And then he patted me on the back and he went in the house.
that's hilarious.
That's the only conversation we've
they
ever
don't
had
get
for
more
sex.
caveman than that right there.
Your dad did more than that?
He never
No.
said a word about sex. Period.
Never.
He never ever
I
said
learned.
a
We learned
word.
everything
That's
off.
why you got your
We learned
perspective
everything
about
off of
sex.
Real Sex, HBO,
Take 10.
Take
It's a wrap.
10, 132,
and
whatever.
Our uncle's flicks in Jamaica.
Yes,
yeah,
of course.
He never said a word
With
to
the
me
bush?
about sex,
Pure bush.
about anything. Yeah, and boy, I try to put my son up. I want to put him
And
up
we
on
made
every
it.
bit of game.
Isn't that shocking?
Yeah, we made it, but boy, nigga took some risks, and a nigga could have lost it all several times.
You know what?
And if he would have talked to me right,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have took those risks.
We here by the grace of God.
Yeah, indeed. First thing we do have to make sure we teach our sons is when it comes to sex, no means no. Ain't no taking that pussy.
I thought that was.
All right now, nigga. A lot of niggas got charges. We over here, we're not assuming nothing. I tell my no means no. And
Like
if it's-
always.
Always.
Okay,
Because
all right.
you know how that shit go. Chick be saying yes, and then when you
Yeah.
get in the moment, she start and you don't push through. I tell them when you get there, you get consent
Got to.
16 times throughout the process.
If you need to, have one of your boys stay in the corner so he can verify.
I'm not
No?
saying that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that. But
Okay.
it's important to get that continuous consent because these hoes be tripping, man.
Or
You don't want no charge.
or turn them down 3 times in a row. They'll ask for it. They'll beg for it.
They'll try to take it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
they'll
not
they'll
from
rape
heart.
you.
It's a late game, Riz.
Yeah.
Don't give
They
him
not
too much
gonna
too
get
early.
that too early.
Don't give him
Yeah.
that too early. Yeah,
Plus, how many young niggas can turn pussy?
You're
down
right.
the
You're
first
right. You're
time
right. You're right. You're
in
right.
hopes to get it later. That nigga don't
right.
see the future.
Dog.
Yeah.
He wonder if it'll ever happen.
They're not investing 401k. Them niggas is day trading.
Yeah, facts. That's a great way to look at it.
They're
You're
not
right.
investing.
You're right.
Hey, I'm dead, bro.
All right, so I got my piece of advice, and again, I tried to think of something that wasn't too deep and far fetched, right? Because I don't want to scare my son and let him know his daddy really out here killing it. You know what I'm saying? But my advice would be is to remember that she is as nervous as you are. You know what I mean? Especially when you're early in the game. I think that when I look back
Hopefully.
to having sex, I know, right? Boy, if she ain't, whew, but what an experience if she ain't. If
You ain't
she
lying.
ain't, you won, nigga.
You ain't lying.
But, when I look back in the game, I was
I
so
remember
selfish when I was young, I'm getting that nut. I don't even care if she get hers.
Yeah.
She gave me that pussy. She done fucked up. You know what I'm
To
saying?
be honest with you, if you can just help them right there understand that do not leave that table till everybody eats. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't.
From a
'cause
sexual.
You said
That's-
eat,
No,
and I
yeah,
don't like
you
that.
said eat.
No, but when I mean eat, meaning like everyone's satisfied,
Yeah,
right?
say that.
So, well,
Yeah.
I mean, if everyone eating, everyone could be.
I'm
satisfied.
not teaching
Okay,
my
you're not
son
teaching
the
them
way.
yet.
That's
Okay,
for your,
okay.
that's for your
Yeah.
wife.
Okay, my bad.
Facts.
For your wife.
We give the dick to the community, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
save our tongues for our wives.
Yeah. It's
okay?
like the booty hole for women.
When does
Yeah,
that come
yeah,
in?
yeah.
When does that come in though?
What?
When the booty hole, like, is that like you've been married for 15 years?
I know you can get that immediately.
No,
if
you
want
get
to.
that immediately.
Okay.
That should be
Okay.
wedding night at the latest. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
no, I just want to figure that out.
She could give you a sample when
But
she get engaged. But go ahead.
imagine if you knew that a sexual interaction, sex should be an interaction that both people leave satisfied. If we really knew that, dog, we would have changed the
I
game.
just wonder how. You're right.
You
You're
would've
right.
changed the game.
And I think I will have that conversation with him.
It's like
when
getting
he
the
gets to
lottery
college.
numbers like 5 minutes before it
once
went.
he gets to
you know?
college, I think you can tell him, hey, you gonna get yours, son, but make sure see if she can get hers first. Maybe you got to put it that way.
You know, I think there's a balance, right? It's almost like the butterfly effect. And I like this movie because
Well, that's a good
right,
movie.
we always talk about, well, if I would have known this, I would have did this differently.
Yeah.
If I would have known this, I would have did. Dog, and how do you know? Yeah, people are like, oh, I would have made me. I would have did this. I'd be a millionaire. Yeah, and guess what? When you was 22 on your airplane that you bought because you was a millionaire, that bitch crashed into a mountain because the pilot was drunk and you died.
Yeah.
Right. So
Man, why they was
I always
drunk?
try
That's
to
dark. Go
Well,
ahead.
yeah,
but I always
it
try
is
to.
dark.
But I always try to think that we're here right now. We've lived a life full of experiences, and we have our health right now, and we have our wellness, and we have our mind, and we have people that love us and care about us. There's a balance between how much information you share because it's going to be critical to their success, and how much that shit. It's like making a cake. Somebody use white sugar or brown sugar. I might use white sugar. But if you use brown sugar, the cake's still gonna be straight.
It's gonna be
if
all
you
right.
use lemon instead of lime, the cake's still gonna be straight. So how much do you let them choose? There's some wiggle room here versus this shit is a non-negotiable.
Do you know how they say like you don't want to give a kid too much? You don't want to give a 16-year-old a Ferrari and shit
Correct.
like that. Do you think the same goes with information and that you could possibly pass along
do.
too much too early?
I do.
To where it's like, damn, now I'm going to take advantage.
No, I'm about to
okay,
make a
go
point.
ahead.
You can't understand calculus before you take trigonometry.
Facts.
You feel me? So just because you know calculus, that don't mean you could teach calculus to your son if this nigga don't have
Can't
a full
skip the
grasp of
steps.
trigonometry.
Can't skip
It can
the
be
steps.
overwhelming. He's finna fail anyway.
he can't
Right.
skip
That's
the
all.
steps.
That's all that's gonna happen. Yeah.
right.
Shit.
Yeah.
So you saying it's just a even keel balance? We got to
No,
figure out what that
I
balance
do think
is.
that they have to figure out to an extent, but I definitely believe you can drop some guidelines
For sure.
and some help and say, hey, man, look, you're nervous, she's nervous. Boy, give it your all, my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And
No, for real, even if it
because
don't fit,
there's a
just
lot
force
of-
it in.
we revert
Hey,
back to no means no.
Did you
But,
see? Did you see how we all went
Yeah,
silent?
yeah, because you got to warm that pussy up. First thing you got to tell your son is that you warm it up. But at that, when they young like that, you normally come
And
ready.
and you can warm it. All you gotta do is just kiss around it on the inner thigh, on the top. You ain't got to go in there.
Damn, you don't teach your son to eat pussy early?
No, not eat. Listen, they go to pussy, right? You just.
I don't even want to tell my son to get down. I don't want him to be no whole lot. You
No,
can't be
no,
eating
no,
no
not
pussy
now. I'm
like
talking
that.
about later in life.
Okay, we'll talk.
Come
later
on, guys.
live.
There's nothing wrong with getting them in.
No, I don't want my 18-year-old son eating pussy already.
There's nothing
Have
wrong
some
with
respect for yourself, nigga.
it. I had plenty. Well, maybe I don't know.
I'm just saying, you don't have you be patient. You know, all those things will come, but man, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be eating any. and
Nah.
everything.
That's way too
That's
advanced,
too early
man.
for
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
you know
You gotta
what
learn how
I'm
to
saying?
fuck right. before you start.
I agree, and you're not gonna be right immediately. You know,
Yeah,
you gonna
facts.
come fast. There's just
This
no
is-
way
this
to
is good
avoid.
You ain't giving your daughter all that sexual information, was you? I know we saying the podcast. I'm just asking. You sharing more with your son and
Information
your
to
daughter?
help her be good at sex for the man. Man, that's on her mama every day of the week. It just would be wrong. Now, once she gets married, I would give her
Some
more
tips.
insight and be like,
No pun
"Hey, look,
intended.
you're an adult woman and you have a husband. You know what I'm saying?
Don't lose this man. I hear
If you want to keep him, then
Yeah.
this is what you're not a kid anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
and
Man
could
up,
do-
woman
but
up.
I would never give her that talk at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. She walking down the aisle, nigga, and I'm whispering in her ear, you going to have to fuck that nigga
Let me
on the regular.
let me ask you a question. This is because I've had this conversation. You know, I was talking to somebody about this, but like, so is there a point? This is a light conversation. Do you have a point where you want to like know the girls your son's dealing with, or you're in high school? I don't really care because this is just a phase.
Yeah, I don't care. I just like to know the girls because I want to know he dating some good looking hoes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
So like,
understand.
I just want to look and say, all right, I see you, son. I want to
Yeah.
see what he
But
like.
you don't want to know her.
I don't care because I know it's not going to be serious.
Yeah.
He's a man, a young man coming up. That nigga ain't settling down with that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need to know her. But down the
real.
road, you know, that'll be what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what it is.
Saying, all right, so y'all got any advice before we wrap it up for y'all,
Jen?
son?
Hey,
Sex wise.
sex wise,
Yeah, sex wise.
I would say sex wise. Listen,
Let's
try-
give him an adult advice.
This
Assuming
is-
he's an
this is-
adult, 18 and
Nah,
up.
that's real,
18 and
though.
up.
Yeah.
Just listen to her, man.
Oh man,
She'll give you the whole blueprint.
this is why hoes love you.
She'll give you the whole blueprint to herself, and then you have to only
At 18,
execute.
niggas ain't
and
paying
I'm just saying,
attention
you'll
like that.
only have to execute. Just listen. That's it. I'll leave it there.
Be a good listener and know how to follow instructions.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yo, be open. Be open to try new things.
Damn.
Not everything.
Early in the game.
Not everything.
No, I agree with you, D.
Yeah, because
All new things.
Because what I would say is the same way that niggas look at females is the same way females look at men.
Yeah.
You have been with Shay and she's like, oh, I don't do that, and I don't
Yeah.
do that. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Same
You
with men.
may not even make it.
That's
you
a
may not
good
even make
point.
it a thing
Yeah.
because you like, I know two bitches that will.
Yeah,
Don't even worry
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
Girl, I don't care.
Yeah.
No, you do care because you brought it up to her,
Yeah.
and she thinks shit cool.
Yeah.
Nah, but tomorrow you're with a bitch that's doing that. So be open to trying new things that you're comfortable with. I ain't saying you got to do no wild shit that makes you uncomfortable.
Don't be
You know what I
wild.
mean?
Don't get wild.
Be open. Yeah, all right. I'll give you that.
That's a good
That's
one.
pretty good. That's pretty good. I thought that was good advice from all of us because you don't want to dig in too much and give them, too much information, So I think that was pretty good.
One in the stink, two in the pink. That's
No, that is not the. No, you leave
I was
that.
gonna say, I was thinking before I came, I was like, man, I was gonna tell him just come in her mouth and out the pussy and you safe. You know what I'm saying?
Did you know that?
till she spit it out.
Did you know that in sign language,
Yeah, damn, she wanted back.
this is fuck? In sign language, I didn't know
Why
that.
would we
Makes
know
sense.
that?
Yeah.
I know sign language. I never do that.
Yeah. Either way. Hey, listen, I'm glad we were able to have this conversation. Kind of the other side of the coin today. So, hey, listen, you can find us on all social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You can find us on all podcast platforms. You know it. I'm not gonna call them out. You can catch us at brunchwiththeboys.com. Brunch with the Boys ends with a Z. Catch us out there, man. And happy Mother's Day.
out there.
Happy
We
Mother's
appreciate
Day.
you.
Yeah, we love you, mothers. Single mothers too.
Oh, we love you, hoes. All right. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, coffee and brunch. We can have our conversations over coffee and brunch. Ha.